Day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Lamar Jackson and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Seattle Seahawks.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 31, Lawrence drops it off for Chubb. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. A check down here for Henry. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led out by the NFL's MVP from 2019, now in his 4th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Jackson. Allen's got it complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, here's Jackson again. And he can't get rid of it, he's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Now it's Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is little. They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Play action. It's Lawrence. He finds Hopkins complete. 7 yards the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks it. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Lawrence will throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2nd and 9. Jackson. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Jack Fox now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This is caught by Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a dump off here complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They go play action with Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. But to throw again is Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Butker's kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now out comes Minnesota. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Jackson. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And Jackson throwing once more. They'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. Jackson now. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson. Caught by Allen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. Levante David in on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Lawrence. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 31, Lawrence. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Over the middle to Evans. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The Vikings send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now it's Crowder. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Nick Chubb saw his role kind of diminish in the passing game last year. His receptions went down from 36 to just 16. But let's be fair about this. He missed some time with a knee injury. And he also had Kareem Hunt in the backfield, who absorbed a lot of catches along the way. He's more than capable of adding to their passing game.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Again, it's Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Lawrence going to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence going deep for Hopkins, and that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. David Montgomery, over 100 on the ground in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Dak Prescott, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Jackson. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. That catch good for only a couple. On second down, McCaffrey.
Throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
For 2, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. On the move to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great...
Back, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. A check down here for Henry. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Logan Wilson able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. Fielded at the 43. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to St. Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now Jackson on first down to Jefferson on the slant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Tyler Lancaster gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
One of the more productive and durable players up until last year. Remember, in 2019, 116 catches, which was an all-time record for NFL running backs. Trying to come back from an injury-filled 2020, just 17 catches on the year. Sure is great to see him back on the field doing his thing.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. And a little floater there is incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Lawrence to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And how'd you like to be a cornerback, having to come up to try and tackle that big man out of the backfield? Heck, how'd you like to be a linebacker or a defensive lineman? Because he's as big as all of them. Derrick Henry, not utilized a whole lot in the passing game, just 19 catches a year ago. But when you swing it to him out of the backfield, look out.
But to throw again is Lawrence. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They'll look back to throw again. They set up the screen for Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Lawrence's throw pulled in by Hopkins. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Lawrence. There's Evans again, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Lawrence. He dumps it off for Henry. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game. is in their favor.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Jackson's throw pulled in by Kittle. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Now that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw hauled in by Washington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he finds Parker here, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. A give to Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2nd and goal from the 1. P-Ride. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's brought down. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Here's Jackson. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll make it second down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He gets it complete to Harris. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So Lamar Jackson in the offense, down by 16, a little under 2.5 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Into the hands of Sanders. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that. Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.